Elon Musk, the vision of a relentless mind. Some people follow paths that already exist, others create their own. Elon Musk is one of those people, driven by vision, shaped by persistence, and fueled by a deep desire to change the world. What if one question could unlock the mind of one of the most extraordinary entrepreneurs of our time? Today, we uncover what truly drives Elon Musk and the key decisions that shaped his path. Elon Musk was born in Pretoria, South Africa, in 1971. Even as a child, he was drawn to science fiction, computers, and the vastness of space. At the age of 12, he built and sold his first video game. Not for fame, but out of curiosity. It was the beginning of a restless search for what's possible. It was called Blastar, a simple space shooter coded on a Commodore VIC-20. In the game, the player controls a spaceship, destroying alien freighters loaded with hydrogen bombs and status beam machines. Elon sold the source code to a South African computer magazine for $500. It was a small moment, but it showed something much bigger, the mindset of a creator, of someone who learns by building. In the 1990s, Musk moved to North America. There he founded Zip2, one of the first online city guides, followed by X.com, an early online bank. X.com would later become PayPal. He was young, bold, and already thinking 10 years ahead. When PayPal was sold, he didn't retire. He reinvested everything into new dreams. In 2004, Elon Musk invested in a small startup called Tesla Motors. At that time, the idea of electric cars was seen as impractical, slow, and unattractive. But Musk believed the future of transportation had to be electric, both for performance and for the planet. The first car, the Tesla Roadster, was a radical experiment. It proved that electric cars could be fast, stylish, and desirable. Yet the journey wasn't smooth. Tesla faced near bankruptcy, repeated production delays, and harsh criticism from the traditional automotive industry. Musk risked nearly all of his personal fortune to keep Tesla alive. His vision was not just about building cars, but building an ecosystem, the creation of the supercharger network, the introduction of mass-market models like the Model 3, and the expansion into solar energy and battery storage with Tesla Energy. Today, Tesla is not just a car company. It's a clean energy company, redefining how we think about mobility and sustainability. SpaceX began with a single question. What if humans could one day live on other planets? What sounded like science fiction became a serious mission. Today, SpaceX launches satellites, supplies the International Space Station, and is developing the first reusable rockets. Musk's long-term goal remains unchanged, bringing humanity to Mars. Elon Musk has long believed that humanity must become a multiplanetary species. In 2002, he founded Space Exploration Technologies Corp., SpaceX, with the ultimate goal of building a self-sustaining city on Mars. The company began in a modest warehouse in El Segundo, California. Its first rocket, the Falcon 1, failed 3 times before finally reaching orbit in 2008. SpaceX was nearly bankrupt. A final successful launch saved the company and marked the first time a private firm put a liquid-fueled rocket into Earth orbit. SpaceX won NASA's trust. In 2012, it became the first private company to deliver cargo to the International Space Station. And in May 2020, with Crew Dragon, it became the first private company to launch astronauts into orbit. The Falcon 9 rocket, designed to land and be reused, revolutionized the economics of spaceflight. Today, SpaceX launches more rockets annually than any other organization on Earth. Meanwhile, the company is developing Starship, a fully reusable vehicle intended for deep space travel and ultimately Mars colonization. SpaceX also launched Starlink, a global satellite internet system now serving over 70 countries. It's been praised for providing high-speed access to remote communities and during emergencies, while also raising concerns about space debris and regulation. SpaceX has redefined space as not just the domain of governments, but of private industry, moving faster, cheaper, and with greater ambition. Musk's ideas don't stop with cars and rockets. He launched Neuralink to explore the connection between brain and machine, and The Boring Company to rethink urban transportation underground. He supports artificial intelligence but warns of its dangers. He is not afraid to confront the future, even when others hesitate. Elon Musk is a complex figure, an engineer, an entrepreneur, a visionary. Some admire his courage, others question his pace, but few can deny this. He is shaping the future, not by waiting for it, but by building it. Influence and controversy, politics, power, and public life. As Tesla and SpaceX grew, so did Elon Musk's public profile. Once media shy, he became one of the most followed people on Twitter and one of the most polarizing. Though not formally aligned with any political party, Musk has been vocal on public policy, from energy and free speech to regulation and artificial intelligence. In recent years, his positions have drawn both praise and criticism across the political spectrum. In 2017, Elon Musk briefly served on former President Donald Trump's Economic Advisory Council, but resigned after the U.S. withdrew from the Paris Climate Agreement. Still, his business relationships often brought him into contact with both Democratic and Republican administrations. In 2022 and 2023, Musk's tweets and public interviews grew increasingly political. He criticized government spending, pandemic mandates, and what he described as a bias in traditional media. He has hinted at supporting certain conservative candidates and voiced strong opinions about the role of free speech and government oversight. Some admire him as a rare tech leader who speaks candidly and resists censorship. Others view his rhetoric as divisive. Through it all, Musk remains focused on long-term goals: sustainable energy, multiplanetary life, and artificial intelligence. Elon Musk is not a politician, but his work shapes economies, affects global policy, and sparks debates about the future of technology, freedom, and human ambition. What makes someone like Elon Musk rise beyond the limits of what seems possible? Not just wealth, not just fame, but a drive that goes deeper, a vision that looks far beyond the present. From a young age, Elon wasn't like most children. While others were playing outside, he was buried in books, sometimes reading 2 a day. He didn't just want to know how things worked. He wanted to rebuild them from the ground up. This mindset would follow him for life. Unlike many entrepreneurs, Musk doesn't ask what's trending or what's profitable. He asks, what will humanity need in 20 or 50 years, and how can I help create it? That question led him to electric cars, reusable rockets, solar energy, brain-computer interfaces, and even a company digging tunnels beneath cities. But Elon Musk's path wasn't smooth. In 2008, both Tesla and SpaceX were on the edge of collapse. He was nearly out of money and almost out of time. Investors pulled back. The media called him a failure. But instead of giving up, he took his last remaining funds and split them between the two companies. If something is important enough, he once said, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. Musk is more than just a CEO. He's an engineer, a scientist, a man who taught himself rocket science so he wouldn't have to rely on others, a man who believes that knowledge gives you freedom and that thinking from first principles allows you to solve problems that others won't even touch. He doesn't fear failure. He learns from it, again and again. When rockets exploded, he didn't hide. He watched. He asked questions. He tried again. So what can we learn from him? That curiosity is a strength. That discipline fuels vision, and that the biggest ideas begin not with answers, but with brave, simple questions like, what if? Elon Musk isn't a superhero, but he is proof that one person, driven by a clear purpose and a stubborn belief in possibility, can reshape the future for all of us. If this story inspired you, leave a like and consider subscribing. There are many stories like this, stories of vision, resilience, and human potential. Let's keep exploring them together.